You're 13 years old. You have an old computer, a microphone that sounds like it's underwater, and exactly 0 subscribers. Every day after school, you watch gaming creators with millions of views. Some of them earn more money in a month than your parents earn in a year. They play games, they make videos, they entertain millions of people. And somehow, that's their job. So one night, you make a decision. You're going to become a gaming YouTuber. The problem? You have absolutely no idea what you're doing. Day 1, you spend 3 hours creating a channel name, another hour creating a profile picture. You think it looks professional. It doesn't. But that doesn't matter, because tomorrow you're uploading your first video. You spend the entire weekend recording gameplay. You restart recordings dozens of times. You stumble over your words, your game lags, your microphone crackles. Everything goes wrong. But eventually, you finish. You stare at the upload button. Your heart starts racing. This could be the start of something huge. You click upload, and wait. The first 24 hours. You wake up the next morning, immediately grab your phone, open YouTube Studio, and check your analytics. 3 views, 1 like, no comments. One of those views was probably you. For a moment, reality hits. Nobody is waiting for your videos, nobody knows your channel exists, and nobody cares. Yet, month 1, you upload again. 5 views, again. 2 views, again. 0 views. At school, nobody knows you're making videos, and honestly, you're a little embarrassed to tell them. Because how do you explain spending 10 hours editing a video that gets watched by nobody? Still, you keep uploading. Month 6, you've uploaded over 50 videos. Your channel now has 23 subscribers, not 23,000, 23. You know every subscriber by name. Because there aren't many. Most creators would quit here. In fact, most already have. But something keeps you going. Maybe it's stubbornness. Maybe it's hope. Maybe it's both. Year 1, after hundreds of hours of work, you finally reach 100 subscribers. To most people, that number means nothing. But to you, it's everything. Because it's proof. Proof that strangers are willing to watch what you create. Proof that growth is possible. Proof that maybe, just maybe, this dream isn't impossible. A year passes, then another. Your channel is growing, but barely. Most videos still get fewer than 100 views. Some get 20, some get 10, a few get less. You begin noticing something strange. The creators growing quickly aren't necessarily better gamers. They're better storytellers, better editors, better entertainers. That's when you realize something important. Nobody clicks a video because they care about you. They click because they care about themselves. What can you show them? What can you teach them? What can you make them feel? For the first time, you stop making videos for yourself and start making videos for viewers. Everything changes. One night, you're playing a game you've played hundreds of times before. Nothing special happens. At least that's what you think. Then you notice something. A weird challenge nobody has attempted. A ridiculous idea. It sounds impossible, which is exactly why people might click it. So you spend 3 days making the video. You record, edit, re-edit, delete half of it, start over, then finally upload, and go to sleep. The next morning, something feels different. You open YouTube Studio, 500 views, not bad. A few hours later, 2,000, then 5,000, then 10,000. Your hands start shaking. You've never seen numbers move this fast before. The video keeps climbing, 20,000, 50,000, 100,000. For the first time ever, the algorithm found you. The viral video changes everything. Subscribers begin arriving every minute. Your phone won't stop buzzing. Comments appear faster than you can read them. People are sharing your content, talking about it, recommending it. And for the first time, you feel like a real creator, but there's a problem. Now you have to do it again. 1 viral video is luck, 2 might be skill. So you begin chasing another hit, then another, then another. Your entire life starts revolving around content, school, gaming, weekends, vacations. Everything becomes a video opportunity. Your friends notice, your family notices. You barely do, because you're focused on one thing, growth. Then one day, you receive an email. Your channel has been accepted into the YouTube Partner Program. After years of uploading for free, you're finally getting paid. The amount? $37. That's it. less than the cost of a new game. But you don't care, because it isn't about the money. It's about what the money represents. Proof. Proof that this can become real. Proof that strangers are willing to watch. Proof that YouTube isn't just a hobby anymore. You immediately take a screenshot and stare at it for hours. $37. The best $37 you've ever earned. As your channel grows, life becomes complicated. Your grades begin slipping. Teachers start asking questions. Your parents become concerned. Everyone wants to know the same thing. What are you going to do with your future? For them, the answer is obvious. University, career, stable job. For you, the answer feels less certain, because every month your channel grows. Every month the numbers get bigger, and every month the dream feels a little more possible. Still, nobody can guarantee success. Millions of creators upload videos. Only a tiny percentage make a living. Are you one of them? Nobody knows, not even you. Then it happens. After years of work, you hit 6 figures, 100,000 subscribers, a number that once felt impossible. You refresh the page again and again, just to make sure it's real. 100,000, 100,000 people, 100,000 individuals who chose to click subscribe. For a moment, everything feels worth it. The late nights, the failures, the bad videos, the disappointment, the doubt, all of it. Then a new thought appears. What if you could reach 1 million? And just like that, the finish line moves again. From the outside, your life looks perfect. The channel is growing. The views are increasing. The money is improving. But behind the scenes, you're exhausted. Every day starts with analytics. Every night ends with editing. You stop playing games for fun. Now you're playing for content. You stop watching videos for entertainment. Now you're studying competitors. You stop taking breaks, because every break feels like falling behind. And eventually, your body notices. Your motivation disappears. Even opening your editing software feels exhausting. You've spent years chasing growth. Now growth is chasing you, and you're struggling to keep up. Then during one of the worst periods of burnout, an idea appears, a bigger idea than anything you've ever attempted before. The kind of idea that keeps you awake at night. The kind of idea that sounds completely ridiculous when you explain it to other people, which is exactly why you love it. If it fails, months of work disappear. But if it succeeds, everything changes. So you commit. Weeks become months. Your upload schedule slows down. Viewers begin asking questions. Some think you've quit. Others think you've run out of ideas. Meanwhile, you're working harder than ever. Every day is spent recording, testing, editing, re-editing, fixing mistakes, starting over, again and again and again. Eventually, the project is finished. The longest video you've ever made, the best video you've ever made, and possibly the last chance you'll have to reach the next level. You upload it, close your computer, and wait. The first hour looks normal. A few hundred views, nothing unusual. Then something happens. The retention graph starts climbing. People aren't leaving, they're staying, watching longer, sharing it with friends, recommending it to others. The algorithm notices. Then the algorithm pushes harder. 10,000 views, 50,000, 100,000, 500,000, a million, then 2 million, then 5 million. The numbers become impossible to comprehend. Every time you refresh the page, the view count is higher. People you've never met are talking about your video. Gaming forums are discussing it. News websites mention it. Huge creators react to it. Your channel becomes impossible to ignore. For the first time, you aren't chasing the algorithm. The algorithm is chasing you. Then it happens. The number you've dreamed about for years, 1 million subscribers, you stare at the screen, refresh again. Still there, 1 million. Years earlier, you celebrated 3 views. Now, 1 million people are subscribed. 1 million people. That's more people than many cities. You remember your first microphone, your first upload, your first failure, your first subscriber. Everything suddenly feels very far away. Yet somehow, it also feels like yesterday. Success changes everything. Companies begin sending emails. Sponsors appear, brands want partnerships, gaming companies want early access, manufacturers want reviews, event organizers want appearances. For years, nobody knew you existed. Now everyone wants your attention. The first sponsorship offer arrives. You read it 3 times, then a fourth, because you can't believe the number. One company is offering more money for one video than you earned during your first year on YouTube. Suddenly, the dream isn't a dream anymore. It's a business. From the outside, everything looks perfect. Views, subscribers, money, success. But there's something nobody talks about, the pressure. Because now, every upload matters. When you had 10 subscribers, nobody cared if a video failed. Now millions are watching. Expectations become enormous. Every title matters. Every thumbnail matters. Every decision matters. One bad month can feel like a disaster. One underperforming video can ruin an entire week. The bigger the channel becomes, the harder it becomes to stay at the top. Something strange begins happening. The thing you loved most, gaming, starts feeling like work. Because now every game becomes content. Every challenge becomes content. Every achievement becomes content. You stop asking, what do I want to play? And start asking, what will get views? Without realizing it, you built your dream, then became trapped inside it. Eventually, the channel stops growing as quickly. Growth slows, the algorithm changes. New creators appear, trends shift, games rise and fall. For the first time in years, your numbers begin moving in the wrong direction. It's terrifying, because you've built your entire life around momentum. And now momentum is disappearing. Some creators panic, others quit, many disappear completely. Now it's your turn to decide what happens next. You realize something important. The creators who survive aren't the ones who get lucky. They're the ones who adapt. So you start learning again, just like when you had 0 subscribers. New editing techniques, new storytelling methods, new video formats, new ideas. You become a student again, and slowly, the channel begins growing once more. Not because you're following trends, but because you're creating things people genuinely care about. One night, long after the 1,000,000 subscribers, long after the sponsorships, long after the viral videos, you open your oldest upload, the first one, the terrible one, the video with almost no views. The microphone sounds awful, the editing's painful, the thumbnail is embarrassing, yet you can't stop smiling. Because that video changed everything. Without it, nothing else would exist. People think successful creators are different, more talented, more lucky, more gifted. Sometimes that's true, but usually, the difference is much simpler. Most people quit. That's it. Most people upload 3 videos, or 10, or 20. Then stop. Not because they aren't capable, but because growth takes longer than they expected. You kept going. When nobody watched, when nobody cared, when nobody believed in you. You kept uploading, and eventually, that made all the difference. Today, millions of people know your channel. Millions have watched your videos. Millions recognize your name. But none of that is the most important achievement. The most important achievement happened years ago, in a small bedroom, with an old computer, a cheap microphone, and 0 subscribers. Because that was the day you decided to start. The day you uploaded despite having no audience. The day you took a chance on yourself. Everything that came after started there. And that's why the story of becoming a famous gaming YouTuber isn't really about subscribers, or views, or money. It's about refusing to quit long enough to find out what might happen if you don't.